To all the degenerate pieces of shit in the world. I'm going to show you guys some changes that I've done to the Batcave in general and what I'm doing with my base. So this will be the minor tour of what I'm planning on doing, and I'm going to show you guys what I've got done so far. So as you guys know, I've abandoned my main Batcave because the fact is simple. I'm getting really tired of having a really big base when I don't have any Bat family members because all of them like to leave me because no one fucking respects me. Kidding. I'm more or less... No, they leave me, but, you know... They never respected me. But, you know, as of this now, I'm just going to bring this up like this. This is the manner so far. I think this has already been designed as it is. But I'm now going to show you guys what I'm getting started and what my plans are. So I'm planning on probably redoing the kitchen. Just to make it look a little bit nicer, but as of right now, this study looks pretty good. I'm probably going to turn this into something else because, well, don't have a Robins to have a study for, so you know what? Gonna get rid of that. Let's also see. Now, over here is the typical typical office room area. I'm gonna close these down first because I might as well. Alright, now first things first. This is the lounge room. Which people are like, well, Batman, why do you put the lounge room right here? Oh, because I'm one of the very few people who has actually been in rich houses. Like, yeah, I used to live in a very shitty part of the world, and I used to live in a very poverty area, but I used to have been friends with a lot of rich people. So, this right here is not, this is called the entranceway. This is not a living room area. If you turn this, most people who turn this area into like a living room area, it's a very white trash thing to do. And this is coming from someone who used to come from white trash. But no, this is literally the entranceway. This is literally the area where you come in, you get greeted by the door, and all that fun stuff. Rooms will typically be in a hallway around here. Sometimes, usually they're not, but that's where I put these, because that's where I want to insinuate. Most of the time there's just a bunch of chairs over here and like a bunch of furniture. Over here though, I decided to put a pool table because small little corner. It just seemed like a good idea. I put a bunch of doors over here to insinuate other rooms because it's just the immersion of all of it. Now this is the master bedroom. I built this so far away from the other place, and here's the library area that will have the Neil Adams batsuit. I forgot to close this door. Yes, I bought multiple so I can get multiple secret doors, but yeah, the Neil Adams batsuit will be in here. You probably never gonna ever see me wear this ever again because I'm done wearing blue, because why wear bright colors, you know? Wearing bright colors insinuates that you are, you know, at peace with what you are and what you're doing. And, well, I'm not really at peace anymore. Alright, but, you know, nonetheless. And you already saw the map over there. I put the broker area right here now because might as well. But if you go down this area right here, let's see. This is now the new Batcave. Yes, I put a little research development area right here because when you're working on equipment, this would probably be where it would be at. I like the idea of it being right here. Here's the mailbox. It'll be right next to the gun lockers. I would honestly rather put the... I'm kind of debating on put the bank right there, and then update this area to look more like a... like an equipment area. And then we have all the bat suits that I've taken out of the bat cave. Here's my main one right now. This is the one that I'm using. I decided to redesign it and go from scratch and just went for an iconic gray and black design with a bronze belt. But I managed to take this one, my Earth 2 suit, my Rebirth suit, and my new 52 suit. I did take the Jason Todd Robin suit because I want to insinuate this as a reminder that I'm never going to have another Robin, because all of them would rather leave me instead of fucking talking to me about their simple fucking issues. If you guys want to know, yes, I'm going to be very petty about it. In the end of the day, it's just because it's the stupid shit that gets on my nerves. That's all pretty much it. It's always the stupid shit that gets on my nerves. It's never the calm shit, it's always the stupid shit. And I also put the Joe Gorbatsu in here, which will end up being updated at some point pretty soon. Then we have the forensics lab area, or the medical bay. Simple but effective. And then we have an area for building and creating new equipment. I'm probably gonna take all the fucking trophies out of here and then just put the main trophies in here, like the T-Rex and all that stuff. But I wanted to set this up so it looks a lot nicer. Main source of transportation will be the Batwing, because I'm probably going to end up having to dismantle that Batmobile area right there, because I want to redo that. This is the new Bat computer. So, yeah, I designed a whole new Bat computer. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just pretty much it for the freaking main base. Like, yeah. I'm going to add more stuff to it, but what I'm planning on doing is removing a lot of this crap that is just random, and I'm just gonna redo it all together. Because I do kind of want to do this properly again. Which is, like I said, the reason why I literally just am done using the big bat cave is because there's no use for using the big bat cave anymore. The big bat cave was intended for me and bat family members, and since they all left, this is what happens. Alright, let's see. Alright, now if I go down this way, probably gotta add some stuff in here just to keep this tunnel on. I do want to close off this area, mainly. And I'm probably gonna take this place off and then try to do something with that. I still need to figure out. I do need to figure out how I'm gonna deal with this. Because that's overly exposed, and I'm probably gonna overly decorate this entire area again so it looks less simplified. Because yeah, the idea of it being simplified just makes sense for, especially because of a Wayne Manor, but you know, that doesn't, you know, seem to always work out 90% of the time. So at some point I'm gonna have to do some changes to make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, I forgot. I need to get rid of those. Shit. Got our feet now. Nice. Alright, so in the end of the day though, yeah, I'm always gonna be petty about it because I'll put it like this. If everyone sits there and abandons you multiple different fucking times and you've gone to the point that it's practically that you are saying I'm used to it, it tends to, you know, rub you the wrong way. And it tends to cause problems mentally and physically towards you, and then it causes you to think very low of yourself. Especially with people who you've never given a reason for them to abandon you, but, you know, they do anyways. But that's life all in general. I hate to say it, but that's life in general. People you think are your friends sometimes are not actually your friends.
Penguin keeps it friggin' cold down here. You better hope Penguin doesn't hear you complaining.
Oh, with the whole
Think he'd turn
leak
up the
thing,
heat if
I'm
I
going to
asked?
be bringing this up because I am
You're
going to
a
say
few.
this. Mainly because it is just so I don't have to deal with any more issues for further on in the future. I don't care about alternates. You can have your alternate in my league, but I would prefer your main. If I'm not having your main in the league, and if I see that you're slacking with your alternate, I will kick your alternate from the league, because I would rather have someone who's more active on their account than someone who's not. That's why I typically would prefer your main. Because then I know you're going to be active. I know I'm not going to have to worry about any problems further down the line. And yes, I'm going to say this. My intent is technically to be an asshole towards people. My main thought process of it is because, in the end of the day, being nice ain't got me anywhere. So if I start being an ass towards people, maybe people start, you know, treating me with some decency. Before anyone gets mad at me for having this kind of mentality, or people don't understand why most people would have this mentality. This mentality comes from being walked all over. It also typically implies the fact that typically the nice guy is the one that, you know, hasn't been, you know, stomped on hard enough yet. There's so much things you could do to a nice guy before at the end of the day he's just gonna stop and say, you know what?
This is the entry to the
Fuck
Penguin
you.
smuggling operations
Fuck
underground.
you.
There's more than one way to the inner chambers. Tell you what, let's flip a coin. Tails, take the right passage. I'll catch up.
But in all actuality, the reason behind it is the douchebag that people get mad at is usually the guy who has been hurt the most and is the one that constantly had to pick himself back up. And he's just tired of picking himself back up. So he makes sure that he's never hurt ever again. But yes, I'm going to say this. I believe it's important to have allies in your game. I believe it's important to have people that you can trust. I don't have anyone I can trust in this game, and that's the sad truth of it. I only have like 2 people I can remotely trust, and that's because they have never given me a reason to doubt them. They don't leave me for a stupid reason. They don't sit there and hide shit from me and then start problems later on. They don't sit there and fucking
Don't say a word.
bullshit their way out of, you know, actually talking about shit that bugs them.
City, and right now the Penguin is winning.
And
But I'll tell
yeah,
you a
so on and
secret.
so forth.
His operation will be mine. And if you're tempted to cross me, remember, dead men tell no tales.
Trust me, I'm a strong believer in usually the realest motherfucker is the one that you should have by your side. The one that you know ain't gonna lie to you.
Always the deepest. Like the enemy, you might win. Let's eliminate this tumor. The first incision is always the deepest. Let's eliminate this tumor.
Hush is working for the Penguin? Then the Penguin should watch his back. Hush doesn't work for anybody without an ulterior motive. Yeah, keep going. The Penguin's lair is deeper within these tunnels.
Speaking of, typically I am actually against wearing gray and black, especially with Batman.
Feeling lucky, punk? Let's flip the coin.
And luck is on our side. Let's take the Penguin down.
Alright, so I should also, you know, explain why. If we look at the origins of how Batman was trained, and, you know, represent that to his garb, and represent that with some actual realism, it says Batman was trained by monks, some of the best martial artists in the world, and I'm going to simplest term, ninjas. Okay. Ninjas never wore fucking black garbs. Because wearing black would actually expose yourself more than wearing a dark blue, which ninjas actually used to wear a navy blue because it was easier to blend in with the night sky. I can see Batman wearing gray because could match certain urban areas, and it's also a decent color divide. But no, typically Batman wearing blue would make a lot more sense than wearing black. It's less exposure. Especially with someone who's trying to, you know, blend in with the night. And if you see, like, most scenes where you see Batman attacking criminals, they don't usually see him in the night sky, but they do see his shadow popping out. I do not have an explanation to his belt beat. I wish I did have an explanation to that, but I really don't. Maybe for color division for the most part. Because I can also explain the yellow. Like the yellow oval on his chest. Like the fact that it looks like a target. That has been explained already.
He always did have a thing for birds. Vicious ones.
So, Two-Face wants in on my smuggling operations, eh? Doesn't he know I'm an upright citizen these days? Come on, boys. Show Two-Face's little fledglings what happens when they crash my coop. Wah, 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 wah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna end up having to rebuild my entire loadout. My loadout was effective for the most part on my own, but it's way more effective with someone by my side who's a control, which I do not have someone who's by my side who's a control anymore, so I need to find a way to compensate for that.
I don't like to get my hands dirty. I'll make an exception for you. Right in the bill.
And yes, I'm going to probably be an asshole about
Wake
this
up,
entire
Bird Brain.
situation
We're here to shut you down.
until I get over it, which, by the way, I'm probably never going to get over it
Bird in the
because it's
hand is
happened way
worth
too much.
2 in the bush, Penguin. And now, Two-Face rules this roost!
Well done. Pity you aren't working for me. Enjoy this momentary victory, Two-Face or Harvey Dent or whoever you are. The Penguin never puts all his eggs in one basket.
Alright, let's go do some hunting in Gotham. Which, oh yeah, by the way, let's see typical patterns. Normally people who I used to trust that abandon me will typically go with a specific, will go and group up with a person that I am friends with, which, by the way, I'm going to say this, if this keeps going on, I'm no longer going to be friends with them, because that just seems like a fuck you, I'm going to take your sloppy seconds kind of moment. Because to me that is just a big fuck you in my eyes and all in general.
Can a guy catch him?
Hey, what is this? Real quick. Hunting in Gotham is pretty easy. What you're doing is you're just hunting villains with PvP. Then you land down, terrify them, knock them down, and then you call it a day. And yes, that's my pass on in Gotham. A lot of people have noticed that I don't joke around as much anymore with gameplay. I've got told this by a lot of my friends who have watched my videos. A lot of them have said that I'm starting not to joke around as much anymore, and I'm going to explain it in the simplest terms. I quit joking around because why be nice to people when all they're gonna do is just be a dick and fucking leave you for no goddamn reason at all? You know, why be happy-go-lucky? Because, you know, in the end of the day, everyone's gonna leave you anyways. Because, you know, in reality, they don't really give a shit about you. Which, by the way, there used to have been a point in my life where I would have given everything to have those people who have left me back in my life. But I learned you don't want them back in your life, because what they're gonna do is they're just gonna come back in your life, and then they're just gonna take more people away from your life. Because that's what shitty people do. And then they will normally, and this is what even worse people will do. Even worse people will sit there and play them off like they're some sort of fucking hero, like they're trying to save them, like they're trying to save people from you. And that is just a shitty fucking mentality to have towards anybody, because that's just playing this person off like they're always have been a villain, and they always will be. No, first of all, if you ever have a savior mentality over taking people away from people, especially if that person never had a problem with said person, that makes you the piece of shit. Commonly, that's with a lot of people who deal with personal family trauma in their life. Have I done this one yet? No, I have not. Let's do this.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Fuck. I was about to fuck up. God damn it. Huh. I know. Even though I fucked up like half of that fucking runtime. I have work and my mind's just too scatterbrained because anyone who knows me, if I have a lot of shitty things, like if I have a lot of shitty thoughts in my head because of a lot of shitty things that people have done to me in the past, I'm not going to be able to sleep. And I'm an overthinker, so it's going to be in my head until it gets resolved or until either I get an apology or the shit gets resolved personally, which normally shit will get resolved within a month because either they get sick of the cold shoulder or they get sick of being, you know, told what they were doing was fucked up, and that's not usually by me, that is usually by other people. And no, for once I'm not actually talking about video game bullshit. Someone in my personal life did some shitty shit to me, and now...
Thanks for the backup!
Yeah. Which does have some merit of why I'm pissed off at another person, but...
Need to hold this like so. Can a guy catch a break?
Which, okay, by the way, if I talk shit and I'm actually, like, seriously, you know, religiously talking shit, at that point you gotta realize that, at that point you have to realize that either, one, you either pissed me off so badly to the point that I cannot deal with it, or two, you basically you basically pulled an extremely bad dick move to me, and now I am sitting here suffering repercussions of it by overthinking it in my head, and it's causing me to lose sleep and lose fucking energy. That's usually typically what it means. By the way, there is a way, there is such thing as leaving from me with good terms, and that involves usually, you know, actually leaving on a good term, like you both leaving, both, you know, accepting and happy about it.
there is always the chance for an encore.
But usually that takes emotional maturity on both ends. Which, by the way, I am not emotional. I'm not emotionally mature for shit. I will flat say this.
Incoming!
Emotionally, I am not mature about anything at all. Because I never learned to deal with my emotions in a very productive and healthy way. In all actuality, and that is a product of being raised by somebody who has flat told you to always mask your emotions, and with a person who suffers from autism and who is bipolar, it's not good. It's not a good circumstance to be in. I'm very mild on the spectrum, but, you know, in the end of the day, it means that, like, I should honestly probably bring this up. Me being an overthinker causes me to also lead to all this, all summed up together. If you're a good person in my life and I actually like you in my life, I trust you, I am loyal to a fault. I will be loyal to a fault. But as soon as when you fuck me over, I am the worst. I will be the biggest asshole to you. And if you don't realize why I'm an asshole, that's on you.
You know, Master Joker. No directive. Why do you jerks always spoil our fun? You know? Imminent termination.
But no, in the end of the day, I don't deal with, I can't really deal with a lot of shit. I should try to learn to deal with it in a more healthier manner, but it's a lot harder for me now because I'm an adult than it would be for as I was a kid. Usually if you're younger, it's a lot easier to learn and train yourself to put up with a lot of stuff, but since I learned to train, I learned to deal with this at a certain age range, it makes it a lot harder further down the line. There's actual merit towards the turn. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Which, sadly, it does not usually apply to dogs. It typically applies to, you know, people in general. Either Clayface is refusing not to appear, or I am not in the right area. There you are. Let's go back to the House of Wayne. Sadly, I will not be doing any recruiting because it's too late for to do some recruiting. gonna go check the mail real quick. There's a good chance it's probably gonna be a delivery thing that expired because I was sending something to Barry. No, it's something I earned. I earned a pitchfork. Style. I'm getting rid of a lot of this, crap altogether. But no, I'll simply say it. I'm a dick towards people who have personally wronged me. Before anyone says anything about it, I'm gonna say this once. Would you be nice to somebody that deliberately fucked you over? Like, if you done nothing but been kind to somebody and show them nothing but the greatest respect, greatest deal of respect, you did everything you can to help them and everything, and then what they did was spat in your face, would you show them the same amount of respect ever again? Would you be polite to them? Would you even show them any decency? If you answered yes, you are a fucking liar. And you just don't want to prove me right. Because in reality, you don't show people respect after they fucked you over. Yes, you can show, yes, there's a thing called second chances, but in the end of the day, second chances usually come from people who are way, 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 way too fucking trusting. People who trust people way too easily usually are the ones that give second chances. People who have actually been around and got the runaround multiple different times aren't really that trusting people. That's an awesome red tornado. It's not a shitty mentality to have, but it's not the best mentality. But granted, that mentality, like I have said multiple times, that mentality comes from the fact of being fucked over almost any chance someone got to fuck you over. It literally comes from being treated like shit. But granted, that's usually is usually shown by the fact is if someone's being bitter. If someone's acting bitter towards you, or someone's, you know, showing some form of bitterness to you, typically that means you should leave them alone, because you either royally fucked them up, or someone royally fucked them up to the point that they don't even trust, or they can't trust ever again. That reminds me, I'm gonna have to start let me check. I'm checking player logs. JSA. This is Alan Scott's kid, if I remember properly. And Killer Frost, I'm gonna put her under JLI. I'm gonna keep her under Legion of Doom. Real quick, if you really want to know, if I keep your name under new player, it's because I don't expect you to stay in the league for long. Because typically it's mainly because I don't trust you, and I don't expect you to, you know, stay in the league, because you have proven that you are willing to quit everything just because of one thing. That typically, and yeah, it would take like maybe a couple months before I even, you know, rank you up. Because if I'm going to prove something, I'm going to actually prove it. I'm a strong believer in getting actual things proven and get shit done right. I think practically, I don't think I think logically, and I think practically. If that's the best way to explain it. I was already in the House of Legends, wasn't I? Oh, I'm fucking tired.
Lords of Order, grant us your favor.
Oh, it's trying to make me fucking tired. It's just... ah, shit. Oh, I'm half tempted to move the... I am actually half tempted to move the League Hall. Mainly because I want to redo the League Hall altogether. I'm probably gonna show a lot of sign of fatigue right now because like my body's physically tired but my mind's not. Our league does have a TikTok account. And it's literally the only one I owned is literally for this league. Alright, so I can, easily, show off the fact that, show off new content, shit like that, but at the same time, what the hell? That's pretty cool. What is this? Hey, that flash design ain't bad either. It's out there and it's weird, but it's not bad. Oh, of course. I was originally going to give my TikTok password to account so multiple people can, work on it at the same time. But, then they, prove that they're untrustworthy and they're willing to, leave over bullshit, so, yeah. I kicked Superman from the league for a multitude of reasons. I'm literally rebuilding this league from the ground up, so I'm going to have to, it's going to take some time on my part. And sadly enough, I'm not going to be active enough to do that, so I'm going to have members do it. Just do some recruiting while
Can a
I'm
guy
gone.
catch a break?
I don't do this duplicate shit. Oh yeah, and I do need to touch up my rules because I imagine okay, real quick. Imagine that you are a league leader, and then some person thinks, oh, it's okay to change rules, even though that you have no merit because you're not a league leader. That is an That is actually an excellent example of entitlement, by the way. That is literally the tech. That literally is also is like a textbook definition and example of entitlement. Because you believe you're entitled to make rules or make suggestions for shit that you have actual no merit towards. And you think you could do that without having any authoritative state. See, you can always make a suggestion. You really can only make a suggestion. But here's the thing though. If it doesn't get approved by any person that actually owns the thing, then you need to get over it and you need to just fuck off. And if they don't approve it in general, don't keep doing it because it's not funny. It's annoying, and it takes precious time out of certain people's days having to deal with that. Oh, another excellent example of entitlement is someone who takes things without acknowledging the repercussions of taking something that doesn't belong to them. That's another sign of entitlement.
Number one.
Which, by the way, by this logic, a lot of people I've dealt with in this game are very entitled people. Which, yeah, plain and simple, entitled pieces of shit are entitled pieces of shit. Most of it's a sign of never learning from punishments when you were a kid. It's also a form of sign of some form of abandonment issues. Museum of Art. Tuesday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday and Monday, closed. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm gonna be tearing apart shit. I'm gonna be tearing apart the Belfry because he's gonna be using it now. If you are not part, if you're not part of the league that, you know, it was made for, then, you know what, I'm going to tear it apart. So I'm going to tear that apart. I might tear apart Titan's Tower as well. But no, I'm going to tear apart the Belfry. I'm going to actually tear apart the Belfry. So this entire area altogether is being torn apart. It wasn't made for me, so, you know, why would I keep it? I'm not gonna use it. So the belfry is now going to be demolished. And now I'm going to move this. I'm going to relocate it. Alright, be right back. I am back. Alright. People left my stream because, yeah. I'm not going to be nice about a lot of this shit. You know, first things first. This looks pretty damn close to actually what I want to make this thing look like. So. I'm gonna actually make this black altogether. Because what I want to do is I'm going to use I'm tired. I am tired, mainly of people's bullshit, but just mainly tired in general. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this emblem right here because this is gonna be a. I'm gonna call this Lucius's lab, and this is literally just gonna be a area where all the bat equipment's gonna be. So this is probably where I'm gonna put all the Batmobiles because I'm probably gonna buy a bunch of these gadgets. I'm gonna probably buy more of these equipment, and then I'm gonna place it down. One of the biggest things I want to do is I want to see if this will work. I want to see if I'm able to place the Batwing in here. I want to see if this is actually capable. Huh. Wait, could it? Oh no, it won't be able to sit right here. Which, by the way, what the hell? Wait, hold on. Now, color me intrigued. Could I actually place this, like... Huh. I'll be damned. Alright, this is gonna probably take me a little bit to work on this. But, you know. When I figure out what I'm gonna do with it, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Now you guys know, I'm going to work on a Batcave area. It's either this is gonna be a Batcave area or this is gonna be a lab, like a Wayne lab for Lucius, or I'm probably gonna end up doing something else with us. I know I had to find a reason to have a space. It's like I bought a fucking deed. Like I need to start using. Like I'm gonna have to use it. I had an armor stand. In the belfry. I guess I did not. Well, that's kind of funny. But, you know, shit happens. Oh, by the way, let's check something. Huh. Alright, well, this is gonna take me a long time to do. But, you know, when I get figured out, I will definitely show you guys. Anyways, this is pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. And, you know, to all my fellow degenerates, respect your fellow people and don't, you know, abandon your friends. Peace out.